Well, hello. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just testing out a new piece of software that I've started using. I'm just testing now to see if it works across multiple different channels. Because at the moment, I'm streaming on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and on my anonymous landlord group. So I really am testing this out. We'll see how it goes anyway. I hope it works. Why not? In at the deep end, eh? Go big or go home. So anyway, I just wanted to do a very quick broadcast, which hopefully is going to work. I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but we'll see. And look, when you're working out your targets and your goals, if you want to get into property investing at any point in the future, I wanted to give you an example of what I did when I first started out. And I didn't do this when I first started in business, and I wish I had. I think a lot of things would have been different. But actually, I just winged it when I first started out in business. I just went for it as best I could. But what I would say is you should set yourself defined targets for your own personal income. And I wanted to give you a bit of a guide on how I've done that. And if you wanted to follow that, then you can do the same too. So first of all, I set it into 3 phases, right? Because actually you hear the term financial freedom bandied around a lot. Well, let me give that a bit more essence because it's just such a generic term. What does that actually mean? So for me, financial freedom was phase 1. Now, bearing in mind I did this in business, so it's a little bit different to doing it in property, but the same rule applies. Now I do it in property. So, you know, I get double bubble, hopefully, so win-win. But first of all, your phase 1 target is your financial freedom. And that's the figure that enables you to quit work, step away from your business and start focusing on your property portfolio, growing your property wealth and your property business, right? So that is phase 1, your financial freedom target. Now, to me, that target number was $2,500 net profit per month. So once you've hit that, once you've set that, you can then work out how many properties you need to be able to achieve it, which is really easy. So you just work out, okay, if I want to achieve £2,500 per month, then I need to make let's say £400 per property. That's going to work out that I need 6 properties. Is it? Yeah, something like that. 6 properties, roughly speaking. Some might be more, some might be less. But generally speaking, if you've got 6 properties, you're going to have $2,500 net profit every month. Nice. So you'll take that, maybe 5. So now you've achieved that, you can move on to phase 2. And this is where it gets exciting because you've got a bit of experience, you've got a bit of collateral, you've got a bit of credibility to the mortgage lenders as well, which is always helpful. So that will enable you to work out your phase 2 target. And that is your life freedom target. And that's the big one, right? So for me, my life freedom target is £10,000 in net profit every single month, purely from property. Once you achieve that for me gives me the freedom to decide whether I want to work or not, what I want to do each day. I can spend all the time under the sun with my family and my kids and my wife and my mum and my dad and everybody. And I can decide what I want to do. I can buy myself some pretty awesome stuff. I can buy myself, I can go on expensive holidays if I want. But either way, that is my life freedom, £10,000 a month. What's your figure? I'd be interested to know what your life freedom figure is. So we've done the financial freedom. That's the figure that enables you to stop relying on your work or your business for money, right? $2,500 was mine. Probably similar for everyone, I would have thought. Then your life figure is your phase 2. That's £10,000 a month. That's the figure. That's the one that then just sets you aside from everything else. And that's awesome figure to work towards. But there is a phase 3. And phase 3 is awesome. Phase 3 is what I call my dream freedom. Phase 3 is the figure that I achieve in net profits on a monthly basis that gives me not just life freedom, not just financial freedom, but the absolute freedom to do whatever the life. I want to do whenever I want to do it. If I want to go and buy a yacht, I'll go and buy a yacht. If I want to go and buy a jet, I'll buy a jet. So for me, that figure is £83,333.33 per month net profit just from property. Gives me £1 million a year, right? Now, I could go higher than that, but I'd be happy with that. Who would be happy with £1 million in net profit just from property every single year? £1 million, £83,333.33. I'd be well happy with that. What would you buy? Well, I don't know what I'd buy. Who cares? You know, the fact is you've got that coming in every month, then you're going to be living a pretty decent life. Now, your dream figure might be 10 million. It could be whatever you want. Because first of all, we're going to hit our financial freedom. And if that's £2,500 a month, that might be 5 or 6 properties. It might be more if you're in a lower rental area. Your life freedom is your phase 2. Now for me, that was £10,000 a month, and that's going to work out to be about 30 properties, 25 to 30 properties, depending on which ones I buy. So obviously that's less properties if I've got HMOs and serviced accommodation. It's more properties if I've got single lets, smaller single lets. But generally speaking, 25 to 30 properties gets me £10,000 a month in net profits. I'll take that. And then my dream target, so you can work it out backwards, can't you? So my dream target then works out to be, if it's £83,333.33, I now know how many properties I need in my portfolio to generate that income. So think about it. It's let's say it's 30 properties are bringing me £10,000 a month net profit. Then what's it going to be? 8, 16, 21. It's going to be 240 properties are going to bring me £83,333.33 every single month. £83,333.33 every single month in net profits. That's my target. And that's what I'm going to achieve before my time on this earth is done. So what's yours? Put it in the comments below. I'd love to know what everybody's phase 1, your financial freedom, phase 2, your life freedom, and phase 3, your dream freedom target is. Don't be afraid to share it. Doesn't have to be massive. It might be smaller than mine. Anyone who's just tuned in at that point is wondering what the hell I'm talking about. But that's what I'm saying. So anyway, the point of me doing this live, number 1 was to test out this new software that I've just found, which enables me to live stream to all of my channels on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook, in my Facebook groups, and eventually onto Twitter and Instagram too, hopefully. But also to talk to you about setting your targets for your life. Think about how awesome it's going to be when you can say to your kids, hey kids, I built this from nothing and now it makes $1 million a year in net profits. How awesome are you going to feel in that? Well, personally, I think you're going to feel pretty good getting £1 million a year net profit. And that's just from the properties. You might have a business as well that's generating another $1 million a year. You might have a job that's generating you another 100 grand, whatever it may be. So what's your figure on those numbers? Hey, if you don't want to share it publicly, then send me a message through my Facebook page. Let me know what your figure is and I'll quickly work out roughly how many properties you'll need to achieve them. How about that? That'd be a good one. Good little exercise to do. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. Now I've got to try and figure out how to stop going live on this. Maybe it's this big red button that says stop streaming. I'll try that one. Well, look, I hope that's of use to anybody. And remember, to be the best version of yourself at one thing, you've got to be the best version of yourself at everything. My name's Tom Soane and I am the Anonymous Landlord, and you've been listening to the Anonymous Landlord.